CH in their face, let them know I'ma do it, dog. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know that. Shut them haters up, you know we go so hard. Chopper hit up in they face, yeah, I'm a bulldog. Number one is what we holding, number one is what we stand. When you step out on that field, let them know you ain't playing. Step back in that pocket, launch it off like a rocket. Pass the pill, run the ball, either way they ain't gon' stop it. Bring that trophy back and let them know that CH got it locked up from the east to west, north to the south, and they can't top it. That defense they holding, that O-line be blocking. Check your Facebook, them Bulldogs, they tryna top it. Them corners on their job, they receivers, they gon' lock it. And don't try and point the ball because that D-line gon' block it. They know we coming hard, they know we coming strong. Let them haters do they talking, Chopper here deserves the throne. Yeah, we sit at number one, they know we can't be cloned. Now it's time to handle business, go and bring that title on. Work, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know that. This shit is our year, so we gon' shut it down and handle that and let them haters know another L. Say we not hearing that. Blue and gold, I be wearing that. Them other teams, we not fearing that. That competition ain't nothing. Bulldog country boy, we gon' bring it back. This shit is our year, so we gon' shut it down and handle that and let them haters know another L. Say we not hearing that. Blue and gold, I be wearing that. Them other teams, we not fearing that. That competition ain't nothing. Bulldog country boy, we gon' bring it back. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know that I'm bulldog. CH in they face, let them know I'm a bulldog. CH in they face, let them know I'm a bulldog. CH in they face, let them know I'm a bulldog. CH in they face, let them know I'm a bulldog. Bulldog. Man, they do it big. Other teams talk big, but that's nothing. Chapel Hill state champs, I see they coming. In my town when they see.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bulldogs Sports Network. I'm Brett Swinney, alongside Corey Marshall and Vincent Johnson. This episode is sponsored by Zoe Knows Insurance. And speaking of Zoe, we have Mr. Alonzo Everhart with us as a special guest this evening. Alonzo, welcome.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
What's up?
What's up, Vince, baby? What's up, man?
What's up with you, Joe?
What's going on with y'all, man?
Nothing much, man.
Alonzo, man, I was going to start with you and just tell everybody in the Chapel Hill community what you've been up to and about your business and what you're going with our sponsorship this year.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So first and foremost, I appreciate y'all for having me on the show, man. And when you reached out to me and let me know what you had going on, and I got to look at everything, man, it was a no-brainer. Obviously, growing up in Chapel Hill and And being an alumni of the school, everything going on Chapel Hill and for Chapel Hill is really big for me, really important to me. So, man, like I said, thank you so much for having me on here. As far as what I'm doing, as you see, Zono's Insurance, I've been in insurance for about 14 years. I branched out about 7 years ago and started my own insurance agency. And we're located here in the Houston market. But I actually am in the process of actually bringing an agency back to the East Texas, specifically Chapel Hill area. So just trying to come back, bring some type of industry back to the neighborhood, back to the community, and going from there, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome, guys. You got anything you want to reach out? Vince, you hadn't talked to Zoe in a while. You got anything for him?
I'm just glad to see him, man. He looking good. I like that.
Man, you looking good too, man. Looking good too, man. We got Big Corey on here, man.
You got the hat on, everything. Okay.
Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, we all graduated from Chapel Hill between 2001 2003 time frame. Zoe and I played varsity basketball for 2 seasons together. Corey was our team manager, aka did everything a little bit for the team. So, and then of course Vince graduated with Lonzo. So a lot of ties here. Should be a lot of fun. I'd like to thank Zoe for sponsoring our show, and also he's going to be sponsoring basketball this season. We'll definitely have him back on during basketball season and talk some hoops. Speaking of that, I just want to give y'all a sneak peek before we get started. What's coming up with basketball. So we're going to give you a little preview from last season. So take a look.
Moved by Jones on the baseline. Nice.
So that's what I was talking about earlier. They know they can't defend. Good steal by Barry. We have the ball back. They can't defend.
Watkins for 3. Good. Austin Watkins buries a 3. You get yourself into real trouble.
It's a very good pass.
And that's a 3 by Jarrell Hunter. Penetration kick out. Bulldogs.
Defensive shifted. It's not a bad look.
3 for Bamford is good. Barry over to Jones. Jones will take the jumper. No good. Watkins with a rebound, and it's good. And the foul. Barry's on the drive. He's on the move. He kicks out. It's Bamford in the corner for 3. Good. Bamford buries the 3.
I saw it develop. He's out with no call by the official.
And that's Jarrell Hunter up to Watkins for the jam. Austin Watkins throws it home with the left hand. It's a tough shot. Jones pulls down the rebound. Watkins. Oh, nice look to Huddleston. Watkins acting like Steve Nash on that one. Barry pulls up for 3. No good. Air ball. Jones collects the rebound and flips it up over his head underneath for 2. Jones going to make his move. Nice move by Jones, and the bucket's good. He'll go to the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Well, just not as big as Huddleston. Watkins lines up another 3 and buries it. Austin Watkins is in fuego. Gilmore lines up a 3. Jones goes up with one hand and grabs it like a man. Gets the ball to Watkins and gives it over to McGregor for 2, and the bucket's good. Deuce McGregor with a great finish, and he's going to go to the line at a chance at a 3-point play. Ooh, nobody's home for Kilgore. Hustle by Bamford. Up to Deuce McGregor for the deuce.
Running. We got plenty of athletes, and look at this, another turnover.
Tip by Bamford. Watkins with a steal. Back to Bamford for the layup. It's good for 2. Bamford. Bam drives with a little scoop. And there's Jermaine Jones again for 2. Saves it. Bam's got it. Bam's taking it all the way to the basket. Over to the left hand by Bamford. Incredible move.
Man, just gets me in the mood for some basketball right there. Corey, some good stuff we called last season. Looking forward to another great season here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
That was some good action. I hate it ended so.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So
that takes me back, man. Get back on this court, man.
Right.
I know it does.
Right.
And it also reminds me how old I am too when I try to step out there, unfortunately. But Man, it's a great time. Corey and I and Jared will join us this season. It's going to have a lot of fun. Maybe if Alonzo's down, if you're down one week or one day before a game, man, we get you on the commentary with us. Yeah, it's going to be fun. A lot of upcoming, I guess, expectations this year are going to be high. A lot of players returning, so it's going to be a good season. But unfortunately, we're not there yet, so we're going to stay with football, which is nothing wrong with football. It's been a rough couple of weeks for Chapel Hill, but still excited about what we've got to come. First off, I guess we'll go over our picks from last week. I'm not going to even have to say who won last week. I'm just gonna point down to my sign, wherever it is. Right
This guy.
I mean, you. I mean, it's just a game. Like
when you
won
fall,
by
you gonna fall
one
hard,
game.
man. You gonna fall.
I mean, you
gonna
won
fall
by
off
one
that
game.
mountain hard. I promise.
If we want to just go back and look at the standings of the three of us here, it's 30-9 for me, and then we have Corey in second, 26 and 14, and then Vince is right behind him in last place at 25 and 15. So
I keep trying to catch Corey, but I always pick a game wrong.
Y'all are in a tight race.
But see,
you're close.
But I told you, a lot of those losses I had, well, at least a few of them, I was trying to pick an Argyle loss, and I did pick one.
Man, stop
I figured
all
they were
that.
gonna lose.
No,
And I got,
no.
I had to pick them. They were gonna lose.
Ain't no excuses.
Okay.
You could have been picking now till Christmas, and Argyle still wouldn't lost. You got lucky,
but it was coming. It was coming. The loss was coming.
Eventually,
man.
You know how many games in a row they won? They won 60
Corey,
in a row.
Don't start all that mess tonight, man.
I'm just saying.
We got Zoe on with us, man. We chilling. We good. We ain't gonna do none of that arguing tonight.
I'm saying we'll say that for tomorrow. We got
guests in the house.
So hey, I love it.
He ain't new to this.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So the main thing, the two most important games of the week/weekend did not go my way. So, the other ones, I mean, I won the week, but it wasn't as we're not going to mention a game on Saturday. That was a very disappointing game. Good thing Jared's not on tonight, because I'm sure he'd have been ragging on us with his TCU picking OU.
Ah, man, don't.
Hey, but look who's back! Look who's back this week. He's back from the sleeping.
There we go.
Sleeping hollows of his bedroom. Christian, what's up, Christian? You got his dad, Chris, is on tonight. Hi, Chris. It's good to have you on. So, I guess since we're done talking about the picks, then we'll talk about this week's game. Hey. You'd be doing the same thing if you were winning. I mean, it's tough to be good at picking. Although I will preface this and says that my brother thinks he wins every week. He's all of a sudden he picks his teams after we make our picks, and he makes like one change.
The mystery picks.
All of a sudden, yeah. So I'm sure I'm going to hear about it the next time I see him. Oh, well, I beat you this week. Remember, I picked West Rusk instead of Art, and I picked the same picks as you did, all the other ones. So he just makes the change and then makes his picks. I want to see Drew come live on a show and make picks.
Drew ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that.
So
he too shy.
He can be in chat.
All right. So next thing we kind of do is as we go around, and I don't know, did you catch any of this last week's game? Did you get to go back and see any of it?
Last week's football game, I did not, unfortunately, man.
Okay. So we'll like I said, we'll call you Vincent, coming on the show without being prepared. Not watching the week's game.
He two for two today.
They only remember your worst moments. I did that one time. I swear that was the first week. But they only remember your worst moments.
Hey,
they don't remember when you're down.
Brett, he 2 for 2 today. He on one today. Okay.
Hey, I gotta give you a hard time. I wouldn't expect anything less. Come on, guys.
I told y'all don't start that tonight.
I hadn't even gotten on the Texans yet, so just calm down, Vince.
Listen, hey,
come on.
I told y'all we
So we're gonna go around. One word to describe what you saw on Friday night at Bulldog Stadium. Who wants to go first?
Let Vince go first.
Go ahead,
You
Vince.
know me, I'm very critical. I saw a sluggish team first half, so I'm gonna say sluggish. But then they woke up in the second half. So I don't know if it was something they ate, but nobody seemed to have any energy out there in the first half. So that I was kind of wondering about that. When we were in the booth, I kept saying, I said, man, they walking around like they back and their feet hurting or something. And then I said, man, they walking around like me. And I was like, I don't understand what's wrong with everybody. They walking around like they feet hurt or something. And
Like they pay bills.
yeah, like they pay bills. Like they got a 2-year-old running the house. Yeah. But the second half they woke up and that's important. And so yeah, I mean, I guess my word is they I don't know. Sluggish, I guess, but
All right,
I mean,
Corey.
I'm gonna go with adversity.
Okay.
You know, y'all keep singing, y'all keep bringing it up. I picked them to lose 2 games, but I didn't pick them to lose 2 games. I just thought they wouldn't be perfect. But yeah, with everything that happened, on Friday night, this was the perfect storm. They could have responded in a different way, and they could have won the football game, but they didn't. And this is how you handle adversity. The team imploded. Some things happened where they shouldn't have happened, and now they have to clean it up. So now you have to go on the rest of the week. You got to go to the next week, and you have to prepare for the next week. Do you want to win? Do you want to go to the playoffs? District championship is out of question at this point. It's whether or not you want to win, yeah, whether or not you want to go to the playoffs or not, because there's a possibility you can't go to the playoffs at all. So the games don't get easier; they get harder because everybody's trying to go. Maybank is not easy. Kilgore is not easy. Henderson's not easy. They're all coming swinging 100 miles an hour.
yeah.
So how can they respond? How can they come out and win? Can they?
Oh, did we lose him again?
Yep.
Man, that internet, man.
Man,
Killing us.
what kind of who does he work for? He doesn't have any connections.
It's crazy. He
He
works for the internet company.
he works
And
for
he's
Sunlight,
struggling
and he
so
can't get
hard,
any
man.
service. He can't get any service.
Oh,
I guess I'll
man, I'm joking.
I guess I'll go ahead and go since we lost Corey. I'm going to say my word is going to be heart. I saw a lot of heart. I saw a defeated team that came out and showed heart in the second half that they didn't have to show it. I mean, 23-0, we all were like, man, this game's over, man. We looked terrible. I mean, and then they just came out with this energy. And I like the fact that they didn't quit. I think that's going to benefit them in the next game. I've talked to several coaches, and they've had a really good week of practice. So I expect them to come out against Kilgore and realize, guys, we're in trouble. Kilgore and Lindale are undefeated right now, and there's 4 teams that are sitting there all jumbled up with 1 win. You got Henderson at 1-1. You got Maybank at 1-2. You got us and Palestine at 1-2. So you've got 4 teams, and there's only 2 spots left. So you don't want to put yourself in a bad spot. So this Kilgore game, even though this is probably the first game all season long that we're going to be picked to not to win, I think. I mean, we've been favored in every game. Even after we lost to Lindale, I figured we were favored to beat Palestine. So this will be the first game all season long that Chapel Hill is not favored. So there's nothing to lose in this game. If they can pick up a win in this one would be huge to help them secure a playoff spot. Because then if you beat Kilgore, now, not to say Henderson and Maybank are easy, but if you can beat Kilgore and get on a roll,
You get that monkey off your back.
yeah, then you start to click. So I really think it's important because if you lose this one, you're sitting at 1-3, and you really got to start looking at those tiebreaker scenarios, and you don't want to get in the mix of those.
I mentioned it before, like during the preseason, before we started. I said that young teams, it's important to teach teams how to win games. In basketball, football, baseball, any kind of sport you do, young teams don't really understand how to win games, and the importance of winning games, little things that you do each day. You start in practice and you prepare, and you go on those games and you do that. You can't have adversity is a part of it. So you go to Kilgore game, and this game is easily set up for us to not be a favorite. This is a game where you have that good week of practice and you right the ship. Like this is that adversity you want to. This is where you want to get everything right at this point. At this time, I don't want to look at it as a desperation, but I think it as an opportunity. You got 3 games to play. Those guys that are seniors, this is it for you. You want to make it to the postseason and keep going. Those guys that are underclassmen,
Right.
this is an opportunity for you to learn how to win football games. Life is not going to be easy. And this is that hard part. If you want to be a state champion and you want to make it to the next level, you got to you got to win the difficult games. You got to steal one. And I
Yeah.
preach that to them the rest of the season. Like, this is it. The guys in the locker room right here, your brothers, the coaches, this is it. Let's go. Let's go and improve. Forget that other noise. Go out here and win. So how bad do you want it at this point?
Yeah, you don't want to get mixed up in tiebreakers. I don't remember
No.
if you remember this or not, Zoe. It was my junior year, your sophomore year, when we beat White House twice
Right.
and ended up not going to the playoffs because we lost some other games in the middle of the district season.
Right, I
No,
remember.
back then, not everybody made the playoffs like now. I mean, we'd have definitely made it nowadays because they got 4 teams in. Let's let everybody in the playoffs.
Everybody was in the playoffs.
But that's the kind of thing you don't want to get yourself in the middle of, is those tiebreaker scenarios, because
Right.
sometimes you can't control what's going to happen with these other games. And so I think that's the most important thing to remember is, yes, we were picked to go to the playoffs and go far, but if we don't get there, then it's it.
Right.
So you've got to take care of business. I expect Maybank and Henderson, those other teams. I'm not sure how those matchups come, but there's Maybank. I think they're 1-2, but they've already lost to Kilgore and Lindale. Those are their 2 losses, so they've got the easier left on their schedule. Now because we still have Kilgore. I think Henderson still has one of them, and I think Palestine still has one of them left. So I think that Maybank team right now is sitting in the driver's seat saying, well, we've already lost the 2 games, people ahead of us. If we just take care of business, we're getting 3rd place. So there's lots of different scenarios that's going to can happen here. It's just, you don't want to get yourself involved in it because, you're going to come to that last game and we got to win by this many points. You don't want to do that. You don't want to come down to that. You got to worry about somebody beating somebody else to get the playoffs back door. You don't want to have to do that. So I think this week could do a lot for their playoff chances. They pick up a win in Kilgore. I think the chances are very strong that they're able to slot in and get the 3rd or 4th spot. You take that loss, then you start having the scoreboard watch a lot these last few weeks. You don't want to have to do that.
Yeah, definitely. That kind of reminds me of, I hate to take it back over to 89, but, 89 was our last championship, or that was a big state championship we had. At that time, if I remember speaking to my uncle and some of the older guys, they were having a rough season at the beginning. They lost 4 games, right? And they were able to turn on at the end of the season. So the great thing about it is it's never over, right? And all you have to do is make it to the dance. So if you're in a position where you can win out and secure your spot, man, take every opportunity to get that done, for sure.
Yeah, because that's kind of how it happened last year. We got in the playoffs and then we got on a little run, made it 3 rounds, weren't expected to. So, now things are a little different. There's expectations there, and so it's a little more pressure. So we'll see what we can do as far as we've lost our state ranking, so the target on our back is less now, but we still have expectations of making the playoffs and making a run. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how it unfolds. And so if you didn't catch in that game, what happened? We were kind of describing it. I guess we could have gave you a little more detail. It was 23-0 Palestine at halftime. Palestine basically had an all-run attack. They didn't throw the ball, but maybe 5 times,
Right.
Corey, maybe.
Yeah.
In that first half in long, it felt like it was only twice or something like that. But
So they're up 23-0, and we come out and start scoring. Quarterback change at half. He comes out, gives them some energy. We pretty much go score. At the end, they actually got down and scored and put it away. but they had to pull out a fake punt, which went to a lineman, which he rumbled down and got the first down, which that shouldn't have happened. And then they threw a quarterback threw it backwards across the field. They did a double pass on us, basically. Threw it lateral down on the side and threw it back. And those two plays were kind of the backbreakers. We were basically had them stopped, and they were able to extend their drive. So
They did what they had.
They pulled out everything, and
Mhm.
I would say Palestine that ending drive, I want to say it was like a 17 play drive, but they just chipped away. They got the first down every time, and it just Chapel Hill's defense just could not stop them. And so it wasn't about the offense in the second half. They came back and just ran out of time, and Palestine was able to run the ball and run the clock out. So kind of my overview of the game.
That's heartbreaking, man. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is very frustrating, especially when you see what could have been in the second half. We scored 27 points. That could have been the whole game. I mean, it was like, and those drives were not very long either. I mean, we came out and scored 14 points, probably within the first guys of the second half.
Oh, wow.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
It was pretty quick. I mean,
I think it was the second play of the second half where we scored on a drive, and then we came out and we did it again.
Yeah, it was like pretty much back to back. We were right back in the game.
Yeah.
But Palestine dominated the clock. They got ahead. They dominated the clock. We didn't execute.
And that's what you do. That's what they got ahead of us, and all they had to do was just ride out the clock, and they knew how to do that. Unfortunately.
Well, and you're talking about running the clock. I think Maybank's going to do a lot, or not Maybank. Kilgore's going to do a lot of running this week. They're a mainly run team. I think they still run out of the I formation, if I remember correctly. They pretty much kept their same schemes. So we're going to see a lot more run this week. So it'll be interesting to see if it'll be a tail of the tape. So basically, if we can get ahead early, force Kilgore out of their game, make them be a throwing team, then we have a chance. If Kilgore gets ahead and they're allowed to run it and then run, kind of like Palestine did this week, it's going to be tough.
I like what Zoe said when he was saying take every opportunity, because that's what you're gonna have to do with Kilgore. Kilgore, if you're gonna beat them, it's gonna be a back and forth battle. It ain't gonna be one of those things where we just gonna come out and just jump on them like we did everybody else at the beginning of the season. It's gonna be a back and forth battle, and you're gonna like Zoe said, you got to take every single opportunity you get. They get a 3 and out, you got to get something out of that. You got to reward your defense with some points, with something. That's how you're going to be.
It's going to have to be a complete game. It's going to have to be a complete game from start to finish. There's no loose ends. You can't have any dumb penalties. We can't have any mishapps. Got to win the battle in the trenches. We've got to have good wide receiver play, good quarterback play, good running back play. On the defensive end, we can't miss an assignment. So we almost have to play a perfect game this time.
Definitely, Corey. We got to win that battle up front. I think what hurt us a lot with the last two games, the last two losses, is the battle up front. So I expect for Kilgore to try to do the same thing to us. So you're gonna definitely have. I hope that this week, practice really helped out, and like Corey said, you're gonna have to win that battle up front.
Let's go over some stats from last week's game. They'll kind of show us kind of what happened. So Chapel Hill for passing, Tyler Jones was 6 of 13 for 75 yards and 2 interceptions. Demetrius Brisbane was 6 of 9 for 63 yards and no touchdowns in the air for a total of 12 of 22 for 138 yards. So not a whole lot of passing this week. Rushing, we had 7 guys attempt rushes. Leading the way was Demetrius Brisbane, 6 carries for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's your comeback right there. I mean, Brisbane had an incredible second half. Next up would be, and this just shows how we didn't get the running we normally get. Next up was Solomon McFoy, 1 carry for 18 yards and a touchdown. There's your 4th touchdown of the second half. You had Ricky Stewart, 5 carries for 16 yards. Stewart did get injured in the game. He has been cleared to play this week. So I did find that out. So the freshman Stewart will be back. McGregor, 1 carry for 14 yards. Willis got back in the backfield, so that's a good sign. Samari Willis got some carries this week, 4 carries for 12 yards. Kevin Brooks, 3 carries for 10 yards. Tyler Jones, 2 carries for -9 yards. So a total of 22 carries for 211 yards with 4 touchdowns on the ground. So as you can see, most of our attack was on the ground, and most of that was behind the legs of Demetrius Brisbane. He had an incredible game, incredible half. Let's go down and see what we don't have many receiving stats. Even though these stats don't look bad, Tyson Berry, 6 catches for 71 yards. Deuce McGregor, 5 catches for 60 yards. Austin Watkins, 1 catch for 7 yards. The one thing I see there is just they don't have very many people touching the ball. Usually there's about 7 or 8 guys with catches. Nobody besides receivers, so that means we didn't have a single screen like successful the entire night, which is not normal. We usually have 2 or 3 of those little screens by the backs at some point during the game. So, anything stick out there in those stats for y'all?
Yeah, you said the receiving yards and the catches. For the past 2 weeks, we haven't been able to get a big play or a big pass off. So, I mean, that's the tale of the tape at this point. Everyone's preventing us from making passes downfield. I know we started out the first 5 weeks with big play offense, and we kind of got comfortable drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit, and we started having big plays. But when the game gets slowing down, everybody starts scouting you a little bit more, and everybody in the district start playing you a little bit different. How do we respond? We could run the football. It's just once you got a little frustrated because you're not scoring big plays, now you have to kind of compartmentalize a little bit and start running the football. So it's surprising, but at the end of the day, we're still in the football game.
Yeah. Just so we know that everyone out there, get your chats in. You want to contribute to the conversation if you got questions for anybody specific. We got Zoe on tonight, so if you got any questions for him, feel free to shoot a chat out. He's our sponsor, Zoe Knows Insurance, so be looking for more of his commercials and ads and things sponsoring our network.
We need some insurance. This the guy right here.
Yes,
this the guy.
So it's been kind of quiet. We hadn't had many people chat tonight. A couple of people, Christian and Chris.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Where's Hector? Where's Hector and Adam and Casey Joe? Any y'all out there? I know y'all make your picks, but if y'all have any comments, I know some of our normal users
aren't here tonight. Yeah, no telling. It must be busy or something. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Probably mad because Texas lost.
Yeah, that was
a rough week. It was a rough week.
Hey, but you know who won? The Cowboys won again, man. What about them Cowboys, man?
Yes, sir.
Man, come on.
Yeah, hey, Zoe's with me on this one. Finally,
yes, sir.
I need some backup. I got 49ers and I got Texans here, Zoe. Man, I can't get any.
I never understood, man. I never understood. You grow up in East Texas. You spent your whole life out there.
Here we go.
And somehow you end up becoming a 49ers fan and a Texas fan. That makes no sense to me. But hey, man, hey, to each his own. But what I say is this, man. Hey, my Cowboys is doing a thing this year, man.
I give y'all credit, man. Y'all balling.
Go on, give us our credit, man.
They're playing well.
I ain't gonna lie. I watched the game.
They're playing.
I watched the game. Y'all balling.
Impact.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little nervous because I talked a lot of noise and I feel like I'm gonna have to eat a lot of crow.
It's early in the season.
Yeah, you were talking that first week. Remember after the first week's game, the Cowboy game, I said, "Now I know it's early, but I feel like we were going to be pretty good because we almost beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers." I said
I said a
watch
lot.
out. And y'all were dogging me. You're like, oh, it's the Cowboys. Oh, and then we got Deshaun Watson and company down there in Texas. I don't know what. I don't know.
You always bring up Deshaun.
Hey, is he still on the team? Is he still on the roster? He's still on the roster.
He on the roster, but we trying to make that move. We trying to make it happen. Miami's slowing us up.
Y'all couldn't even beat the Belichick Patriots without Brady.
We tried, man. We put up a good fight.
Hey, at least y'all scored points
This
this
is gonna
week.
be a
That's all I
struggle
can
year
say.
for us, though. We wasn't expected to do nothing. This is gonna be a struggle year.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, we wasn't expected to do nothing. I still support, but I wasn't bragging about my team at all.
See, you're not even wearing your hat. You need to wear the real hat, the Bulldog Sports Network hat.
I got that.
Everybody needs one of these.
That's over there.
Okay, so somebody, I don't know who this is, guys. If you're out there, put your name. If you're chatting on the community group, it doesn't show your name up. So, who are your impact players to watch out for? All right, go around the table. Who's your impact player for this week for the Bulldogs?
Duke McAllister. McGregor. Man,
Deuce McAllister. Who are you watching?
What am I saying? McAllister. I said the wrong name.
This ain't Madden.
Yeah.
This ain't Madden, baby.
Hey, he played like Deuce McAllister.
Oh man.
But man, you got so many people on that team, though, man. You can call a lot of them out.
I just think there's one name that I'm gonna say, and it depends on the quarterback situation. I don't know if who's gonna start, but I'm gonna go Demetrius Brisbane, man. I think
I was gonna say that.
I think he's to watch out for. Yeah, I think he's the guy to watch out for, whether he's on offense or defense. He plays safety if he's not at quarterback. But if he gets to start at quarterback, watch out.
And Brad Dyer, because you know he the man on that defense. So
the vacuum.
The vacuum. Yeah, we don't get his name. The vacuum.
Okay,
he suck up everything come his way.
There you go. That's what it is. Brad Dyer is the vacuum. He leads the team in tackles. Ooh, really? Yeah, he's gonna have to suck up those running backs this week. So, Zoe, I know you may not. If you watch enough to know an impact player, you want to pick somebody.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. Y'all are gonna kill me. I know this is a sports network, but when it comes to, I haven't been tuned in as much, man, to the Chapel Hill football as much as like I should, man.
No, that's all right, man. I know you busy man. We know that.
Nah, that's there's no excuse, man. I definitely need to be tuned in more. You know, a lot of my family and friends, they've all grown out, so they're no longer in school, man. So I haven't kept up like I should. But this is inspiring me to get back into it for sure.
That's good.
Well, you can catch us in football season every week on TexanLive.com. Hey, I even got my sidekick here with me today. Beckham's gonna get on air, but you can catch us every week. TexanLive.com. It's $9.95 a month for the membership, and it's unlimited games, whether that be our football games, anybody that's on, you can watch. It's a monthly deal. So, Cam, and tell everyone hi, home.
Hi.
I got
hello.
It's
a family show.
You gonna say hi?
Hi.
This
hello.
one right here is gonna be the. I'm gonna send them home with y'all, man. I got the only kids that are still up at 9:15.
Oh man,
I think Chloe.
We stay up late over here.
Yeah.
I think Chloe is in the bed.
All right, y'all go play over there. Go play. Love y'all.
Stay up late over here.
There, get down, dude. But yeah, so I think it's gonna be Brisbane. We'll see if he plays. Looks like we got Chris is cooking and listening. All right, Chris, what you cooking for us? Let's see. We got, I don't know what this one means. This is the same at Chapel Hill. Oh, I guess maybe the game is in Kilgore, if that's the question. Maybe that's where they're asking it. It's going to be Friday night.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that looks like that's Chris Williams.
Is it? Oh, can you see it on the?
Oh,
Chris Williams. Oh, okay. Hey,
Yeah.
Chris.
Okay.
okay.
What's up, Chris?
Yeah,
What's
for
up?
some reason in the group it doesn't let you see the names. What do y'all think we
Yeah, I don't
need
know
to
why
do to get back on track? I really just think get back on the field. I think just to get back on the field. I think we sort of worked some things out in the second half. For me, I think getting back on the field is going to be a remedy to that. Y'all got anything to add?
Like I
Yeah.
said earlier, man, you got to win that battle up front. You can't let everybody break that wall, man. Like as good as we hope Brisbane to be, the thing is, man, if they get across that offensive line too early, ain't nobody gonna be good. So we got to win that battle up front. I'm big about that.
We got to come out more focused. We were riding high. Like I said, the first 5 weeks we were riding high, and then we kind of hit a brick wall with Lindale. Kind of lost our confidence. So we need to come out with a big game, big swing, and keep going. But this is but for right now, for a young as a basketball player, as a shooter, as a scorer, you start seeing the ball go in. Everything else is gold. Like you can't miss. You've been missing a lot. Football team, hey, we got to start scoring points. Man, maybe we need to score a 50-yard touchdown pass. Maybe we need a 75-yard touchdown run with no penalties. So sometimes you kind of start seeing things going your way, and then your confidence builds up, especially as a young team. So if they start doing that more, we come out with a big play, maybe a kickoff return, punt return, a pick six, stuff like that can get the spark going, and we start making plays. I think we kind of got to
Yeah,
get the excitement back in. We've had 2 down weeks. We got to get some plays to keep going and get us into the football game early.
yeah, yeah. And again, I said it before, man. Like you don't have to go for the home run. Make the best possible play. And man, it's weird because like when I watch us play, like when we won those first 5 games, I don't know if I said it on here or not, but I compared it to basketball, and I was like, man, it's like watching Golden State. Like we clicking, and it's just basket to basket, we going, we flowing, and it's moving so fast. And then when people beat Golden State, they do the same thing. They slow them down, and I feel like that's what happened with us. They slowed us down, and so again, you don't have to make the big play, just make the best play. I think a lot of times we looking for that home run and it ain't there, and so we give up on the play.
Yeah, I like that. All right, Chris says impact players the O-line. I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
The O-line had a rough game against Lindale. Allowed a lot of pressure with the quarterback in a lot of bad spots. I think that was a little bit better this week, but I think the O-line definitely needs to open up the holes and block for the whichever quarterback plays, because they don't have time to throw and make. There's no way to make those big plays if they don't have time. So I like that. Christian says, I guess that's his impact player is Brisbane. Kind of in consensus with us. We got question here. Do you see the Bulldogs making it to the playoffs? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be in the playoffs. I think we should be the 3rd seed. I feel like that we'll take care of business against definitely Maybank and Henderson. And then this one's just kind of up in the air. I think that, we have the potential. Can we beat Kilgore? Yes. Will we beat them? I don't know. It's gonna depend on which team shows up. If the team shows up,
We have to play 4 quarters.
That play.
I got a good feeling this week.
They almost beat them, but they didn't play 4
I got a
quarters.
good feeling this week.
Yeah. If we play the way we did in the second half this week, we have a great chance of winning this game. If we play the way we did the previous 6 quarters, the Palestine first half and the Lindale game, Kilgore is going to run us out of the stadium. So I think there's 2 ways this happens. We see the team that we thought we were going to see at the beginning and the team we saw in the second half, or we see that team that just got demolished. So I think it can go either way. What do y'all think? I'm assuming y'all think we're going to make the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And that question, we'll give a shout out. That question, what do y'all think we need to do to get back on track? That's actually from Huddleston. I don't know if this is looks like. So that's either it's Huddleston or a sibling, so or a parent.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's definitely that he's talking about the line. So that's definitely I think this is also his comment too. Yes, up front plus us are played on the defensive line. Yeah, defensive line too. Defensive line has played pretty well throughout the season, though. I will say the defense. We gave up some points last game, but I think over the last 2 games, the defense has played well. There's a few times they allowed.
They just gotta get those stops when they need them.
There's been those kind of fluky
We
plays
couldn't when it was time to get Palestine off the field. We couldn't get them off either, even though we knew they wasn't gonna pass the ball. So yeah, that defensive line, you're gonna have to get some penetration. You got to get some penetration.
Get some penetration and let the vacuum loose.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any questions? I'm glad we got some chats tonight. Thanks, guys. Keep them coming in. It makes things interesting when we get it a little more interactive. So while we got some more users on, you want to talk about your insurance again? Give them a little kind of an overview, since now we got some new people on and they may not know you.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, Alonzo Everhart from Chapel Hill, I believe blue and gold. And so I actually specialize in insurance of all kinds, whether it be your car, your home, your boat, your business, your truck. Doesn't matter. We can pretty much insure it. So again, I just want to thank you guys for having me on, and I can't wait to see how the season goes and just be with you guys throughout the rest of the season, man. So again, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, and like I said, we'll definitely have Alonzo back on during basketball season. It's kind of more up his alley there, as well, I didn't play football either, but no, Zoe hadn't, and so it'll give him some time to maybe he can watch some film between now and then, so we won't have to call him Alonzo Vincent Everhart. so he could be up to speed.
This guy.
Hey, you know what? I hadn't talked. I mean, that was good. I called Zoe up the other day, and I hadn't. When's the last time I talked to you? That's been.
Man, we briefly spoke when I came down for the back to school thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
But before then, we hadn't.
Not really.
Yeah.
And so it was good to talk to him. So I give him a hard time, man. I just sit behind this. I just sit behind this guy for 2 years and come in when he got in foul trouble or injured. So I can give him a hard time, man.
So I was going to ask you, but I know you said your company is based out of Houston, but you were doing some work here too with some other guys, right? Like some other stuff, like when you working with some guys in the Chapel Hill area, and y'all were doing some things, getting some things going.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So me and a couple guys, we have a nonprofit as well. And with that nonprofit, we reach out to the youth, really all over East Texas. So we focus in Tyler and Chapel Hill mainly. And basically we're just bringing them in. The organization is called Youth Prosperity Foundation, and we're just trying to give kids another opportunity, right? So we grew up playing sports, we grew up in doing that, but a lot of kids may not necessarily be athletes, or they may not necessarily have a lot of opportunities that other people have. And so I'm just here to kind of help them see another opportunity, another way. Just because you're not playing sports does not mean that you're not going to be successful. And man, we can really take this thing far. So we're just trying to teach them entrepreneurship skills, life skills, just how to make things happen, man, especially when you feel like everything's against you, so
that's good, man. That's dope. I like it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And so we had a post here, a chat here that says Youth Prosperity, Color Me Bad. Color Me Bad is the second half of our organization, and that's run by Kevin Johnson, and that's basically an outreach to a lot of kids who are at risk with gang issues, and involved in Crips and Bloods and things like that. So reaching out to those guys. So that must have been that had to be Kevin posting that. Twin.
Yeah, it was.
If you were here, Twin, what's up with it, baby?
That's
dope,
awesome,
man.
Joe.
I like that. I
That's
do a lot of youth work with my church and stuff. So I'm big in the giving back to the youth and stuff like that. I love when I hear stuff like that. That's dope.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
man.
that's awesome. I did a lot of that before I got married and have kids. I spent a lot of time doing the youth sports and reffing and all that kind of stuff. And so
Right.
I don't get to do a whole lot now. I'm doing it with my own kids, but that's awesome that y'all got that started. That's
Yeah, that's
definitely
real
needed.
cool, man.
That's dope.
Absolutely.
That's real dope.
So, all right. Well, thanks for that information, Zoe. Well, I'm sure we'll get more from you as the season goes. We'll have you back on and get some more out of you. Let's see. We got another chat from Chris here. He's got some coaching words of wisdom here. The D-line was not gap sound. I said last week, to beat the running teams, we have to play the A and B gaps well.
Yeah.
This week with Kilgore, we have to play well up front on defense, the A, B, and C, which is off tackle. If the front four on the D-line can, that's not, I guess I got to
cut him off. Yeah, I see it over there.
If the front four on the D-line can play and be gap sound, then the linebackers will be able to get to the quarterback and running backs.
Yeah.
So,
you know
I think this shout out's for you. I think this is from Kevin as well, Zoe.
Oh, what's up, Twin?
But yeah, I think Chris is right on. He's got the coach's mindset there. You can tell he's the coach. So, kind of more technical than what we were saying, but basically what we were saying is
I like it.
That's good stuff. It's good stuff. The D-line takes care of their job, which he described there. It frees up the linebackers for the vacuuming company.
Gotta be daddy. Hey, I know.
Yeah. It's like there's like 20 rooms in the house and they want to come down here.
But they got to be around daddy. That's how it works.
But they usually don't. Usually I get this room to myself.
I'm surprised my little one ain't running here already. She must be asleep already. So.
Yeah. All right, so we want to talk score predictions.
Yeah, let's do that. We ain't gonna hold nobody. Let's do it.
All right, so Kilgore, or actually Chapel Hill at Kilgore. We'll do scores on that one. Corey, you got your pen and paper ready to go? Anybody that's in the chat that wants to participate in our picks this week, go ahead and put your score predictions in. We'll do the Chapel Hill game. We'll also do 7 other ones. Those games will be just picks. They won't be scores. So remember, if you're posting in the Facebook community group, make sure you put your name so that we can tell who it's coming from. Okay. All right. Who wants to start?
We're talking Chapel game.
We're talking. Yeah. Did Vince said he's picking Kilgore? Oh, is that what he said?
Man, come on, man.
Now we're gonna put a limit on Vince. He cannot pick Chapel Hill to score more than 50 points in this game.
Man,
I told that was a jinx. That was a jinx.
That wasn't no jinx. Don't do that.
Hey, how many times have you picked Chapel Hill to score over 50 points this season, Vince?
Twice.
How many times has Chapel Hill lost this season?
Twice.
Were they the same games?
I mean, it's just coincidence, right? Back-to-back games.
Right.
But also, Drew also posted his picks those same games too.
Hey, I can't control Drew. I can control you. Do not write down the score more than 50 points.
Something to whatever.
All right,
Man, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that one.
I'm gonna mute Vince. I'm gonna mute Vince until he can pick something less than 50 points. Look at. All right, you're unmuted. Did you change your mind?
You gonna mute me? No, I'm gonna say. Actually, I had a score already in my head. I think I'm gonna go 28-14 Chapel Hill.
Okay.
28-14. I'm gonna say 35-28 Chapel Hill.
I'm not changing mine. That's what I got. 35-28 Chapel Hill. I'm not gonna change mine.
Oh, really? You had the same thing?
Yep.
Hey,
I'm
good minds
going-
think alike.
I'm going 24-27 Chapel Hill.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like that. Yeah. All right, so here's what we got. We got Casey Joe joining us tonight. Hey, Casey Joe. 38-35 Chapel Hill. We got Blevins 24-13 Chapel Hill. All right, I've got somebody that's 35-14.
They didn't post
Hold
their
on.
name.
Let me, yeah. I think it's
Chris is 24-13.
Kevin Huddleston.
Okay. You got it, Corey?
Said Kevin Huddleston.
Yeah.
Yep, Kevin Huddleston.
Okay.
Yep.
35-14. Okay.
So far, that's all we've got. Anybody else get their picks in?
Did Christian give a pick?
Christian did not give a pick. I don't know if he went to sleep on us again.
Okay.
He said he was cooking, right?
That was Chris that was cooking. He got us a score in. Chris, make sure your son gets his pick in.
He must be eating then.
Yeah, it probably is.
Probably fell asleep.
Probably asleep. Well, he can pick later. We'll get him in if he goes and picks later. All right, so we'll move on to the district games. We got Athens at Lindale. Not even thinking about that one.
Yeah.
We got another pick. We got OG Boston.
That's Chris.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 35-14 for his. Anybody got Athens? Vince, you taking Athens?
I'm not taking that.
Look
Athens,
at him. He's thinking about it.
man, Athens wasn't bad. We just jumped on them. Corey, what you picking? I gotta get on Corey. So.
I bet Corey's taking Lindale.
I'm picking Lindale. Athens ain't winning that game.
I'm gonna go with Athens then. Maybe that'll be the one.
Ooh.
I'm at the end, so it don't matter. I'm last, so
There's nowhere to.
You can
there's
still make
nowhere
a
to go
comeback.
but
there's
up.
nowhere to go. Yeah,
Nowhere
there ain't
to go
nowhere to
but
go but up. So,
Man, I mean, Athens is what 0-2 in district.
Yeah, so far they have not won in this year.
Yeah, nah, I'm going Lindale, man. I got beef with Athens anyway from Macon High School, so
back in the day.
yeah.
Hey, was that the game? Did you didn't play in Athens, did you, that year? Was that the game that you were hurt and somebody came up in the stands? What was that? I feel like there was like somebody came up and maybe it was a girls got into a fight or something.
Huh. I don't remember that. I
played that game. I think it was when you hurt your ankle. I played
it might have been.
You were sitting out, but I think there was a scrum, like a girls scrum before the game, and like.
Oh wow.
I feel like I remember that. Now I don't remember if that was.
Okay. It was something in Jacksonville.
Now the Jacksonville one, I don't remember that one.
We don't want to talk about that one.
We're talking about Jacksonville now.
That was probably one of the only times I was literally scared. Like I was scared. I thought, man, we about to get shot up on this bus, man. Because Keontae was on our team then, wasn't he? Was Keontae Irwin? Is that the year he was on our team? And he was like, oh man, we about to fight these guys, and he was like, want to go out and fight them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, just get me home, please, because we ate at McDonald's. We ate at McDonald's in the parking lot, and we pulled our bus in, and they followed us.
Man. Yo, my dad, my pops, I remember that game because we followed the bus. We followed the bus to McDonald's, and we were like, hey, dude's like, something's gonna happen. It's not gonna be on my watch. I'm like, you know what? Like, man, hey.
Listen, it was never a good night in Jacksonville. Never.
It was horrible.
Well, you think that the funny thing is now that my in-laws live in Jacksonville, and so my wife's from Jacksonville, so it's kind of weird. Like now I see the other side of it. Like before, I was like, man, this is kind of a shady place, but Now, there's actually a nice side of Jacksonville.
I still see it that
get to
way.
see
I don't
that.
like
But
going there at all.
it is hard. It is hard.
No.
I go there a
No.
lot.
I'm looking
and it
over
is
my
hard,
shoulder every
but-
time I step in.
Right.
But I can
Somebody-
just remember I can just remember walking to that little rat hole gym. The stands were packed, and their colors are not red, but their whole stands were red. That's for sure. I was like, what is going on here? What is going on? Something's not right here. I give my wife a hard time about it. I give her a hard time about it all the time. So it's
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh man, that makes me think about we went to Palestine and we got robbed
they stole our clothes. Our kid didn't have any clothes. He had to come home with some Palestine out gear. Man, I had so much stuff stolen. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, like I was techie then. Like I had like this little MP3 like recorder that had all my music on it. Like
Yeah, I
it was
remember
like
that.
those little tapes. Like
Yep.
I had probably
Gotcha.
$1,000 worth of stuff. They took it
Gotcha.
all, man. I was
Yeah.
so mad. But then I was
Yeah,
thinking,
that's
man,
mine.
at least I have my clothes though. That's all I could say.
Kid had to wear. I think he had to wear some the
Palestine
sweatpants.
warm-up.
It was Palestine
Palestine
sweats.
warm-up.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Sweats.
Yeah.
It was like a track outfit.
Dang, man.
The gym was already bad anyway. And then, we get to we go inside, it's like, what happened? Like,
Yeah.
man, all the stuff is gone. I'm like, wow. And it was always us.
My
It was
mom
always
used to tell
Chapel
me,
Hill.
like, don't carry all your stuff to the game now. You're going to end up losing it. And Dad learned that lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
had a phone stolen and like that MP3 thing. I mean, that thing was expensive back then. That was like high tech. It was like one of those recorded things. I think I recorded all my music off the radio. That was kind of before MP3 players.
You was ahead of the times.
Yeah.
What it was.
All right, so we got the other part. So we got Casey Joe at Lindale. We got a user as Lindale. Let's see. Looks like that's Kevin Huddleston. Yep, and we got Chris Lindale. This is somebody else posted about that. That was y'all's buddy Chris Williams. That was Jacksonville another time. And then oh wait, Christian got his score in 31-14.
Yeah, I saw it.
All right.
I saw it.
Oh, did you see that one? Okay. And he also has Lindale. All right, this is from Chris here. Said they played Jayville and Josh McCown at Maida Bowl. Blew them 14, and their fans wanted to fight us. Well, we know that's not surprising. Oh man, some good times.
You're not trying to make no friends.
Right.
Hey, these are the words of Brett Sweeney.
You gonna have everybody thinking Chapel Hill was troublemakers.
Man, we weren't troublemakers. We had some interesting times, man.
We did.
It was fun.
It was.
I really was though. I was scared, man. I didn't know. I mean, I was like, guys, I just want to go home. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Man, they didn't like us.
They didn't like us. We didn't like them.
Especially what y'all senior year. We went to Jacksonville, and there was a fight before. Coach Sawyer, I was with the JV team, and it was already a fight beforehand. And so we had to break up the team and stuff. And then I remember y'all come in the gym, and Coach J got this look. I remember looking at him like, he's come to the locker room and said, listen, take your stuff from the locker room. Don't leave it here. We're not coming back. He's like, go out there, handle your business. We're getting on the bus. Now, only did y'all beat them by like 40 points.
Man,
I remember Chris had like 4 or 5 dunks. It was just it was nasty. We got on the bus. Nobody left. It was like, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Don't shake hands. JV was already gone. Coach Sawyer and everybody else was gone. He's like, let's go.
Like, man, I miss rivalries like that. Like,
Yeah,
I know.
Well, not that robbery. Not that
nobody ever really got
that was a little much. The White House one was
I
my
miss
favorite.
the rivalry like that. I don't think there are no games like that no more. Like where people just genuinely they don't like each other. Just genuinely don't like each other.
Yeah, the White House one's the one I miss. The White House game. just
I
because
don't think
that was rivalries that like. I mean, I don't like White House. Don't get me wrong, but like I didn't hate the guys on the other team. Like I didn't like them when we played them. But like it wasn't like we were gonna fight after the game with whoever won. It was just one of those like it was just
No.
intense, good, clean like rivalries. And so
Yeah.
that's the one. That's the one that I miss getting to see as an alumni. Like we've not played White House in football the last couple of years, and we haven't played them in basketball. And I can't remember.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. They kind of took that away for some reason. I don't know. I don't get
and
that.
a lot of it has to do with the classifications. Now,
Yeah.
so that y'all were still 4A your senior year, right?
Right.
It was
Yeah. We were
after you
4A.
graduated, it dropped to 3A.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like when that happened, ever since then, it's kind of that White House Chapel Hill thing we haven't been back in their district since.
Mm.
And so it's kind of like it's what's kind of made it. And they've just beat us like a drum in football when we played them, and they haven't played the basketball game.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think we've only won 1 or 2 games against them in football in the last 20 years. It's not very many.
Wow.
The year we won state, we beat them.
that's
The
just
year
weird to me.
it's just strange. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird to me.
but I think it's really because of the size differential. White House has grown so much, and our student numbers haven't.
Right.
So that's kind of what kind of keeps it. I mean, when you have that big of a differential, it does make a difference.
It don't matter.
Facts.
Hey,
It
Facts.
don't
It's
matter.
still Chapel Hill and White House, man.
It's still
It
I
is.
know,
White
man.
House. It
That's the
don't
way I
matter.
feel about it. It
It
don't
don't
matter.
matter. It's just like y'all going to the game. Who we playing? White House. I
Yeah.
might come out to the game.
Yeah.
I know.
It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen, you can tell anybody where Chapel and White House playing basketball. Where they playing? We're playing in TJC.
Wagstaff.
I think we'll come to
Wagstaff.
the game.
Facts.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
coming to
Every time.
Wagstaff. We're coming to the game. And if it's
Yeah.
at Wagstaff,
Yeah.
everybody's got memories to that.
Yeah.
Everybody's got memories for that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think the other thing that I miss too is the Wagstaff tournament. Like it just is
Mm.
not the same as it used to be.
Mm-mm.
When you just everybody played everybody. It didn't matter if you were 5A, 2A, whatever. They just
Didn't
played.
matter.
You played. Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you lose if you're a 2A and you beat a 5A. 5A, don't go home and cry. Just take it and go and move on. That's the thing now. It's like they don't want to play. Like the
Right.
big schools quit coming because they don't want to lose to those private schools that start.
They don't want to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it
just-
hurts the rankings though. I mean, it hurts. I mean, it hurts recruiting. It hurts. Well, you're not supposed to recruit, but it hurts a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it.
Yeah.
Right. I get it. But yeah, man, it does. It waters it down, man. When you take away stuff that's been staples in the East Texas area, right? The Burger King Classic, the Wagstaff tournament, and you start taking them and you make them with all these restrictions and rules. Man, we didn't come up like that. Everybody got down together and we banged it out.
It's like, who do you want to play? Oh, you don't want to play them? Okay, we won't make you play in their bracket. We'll put you in a different bracket so you don't have to play so and so. I mean, that to me, that just kind of takes away from like who's the best team in East Texas. That was the tail team. Who was the best team in East Texas?
Yep.
You had all these good like
That's
Tatum.
why people showed up.
True. You had all.
I mean, I didn't even play basketball, and I was there all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I camped out there.
I'm gonna go get a ticket, and I'm gonna sit there all day.
Yeah, I camped out there before I was in high school. You know, when we played, when I wasn't playing, I was still there. I would stay and stick around or come back up there. And then after school, until it started getting watered down, I'd come up there and just sit for 2, 3, 4 days, however long the tournament was, and just watch basketball because it was just good quality basketball for teams that you knew. Yeah. Now all these teams, they don't go there. Like this year, we're going to Whataburger, which is great. But, I mean, you don't get to play against and showcase against this area teams.
Right.
So, I mean, like I think the girls are going to A&M to play in a tournament. And
I'll say this. We were coming up, I will say we used to beg coach to put us in the Whataburger Classic. So, I mean, that was something that we were kind of hoping to get to, right? Yeah. So, I mean, that's cool that they're doing that now. I mean, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're in that. I think they played last year in it too.
Okay.
I think it really comes down to that the TJC tournament has kind of just gone downhill.
Gotcha.
And so they, I mean, I understand. It just the sentimentalist in me misses the old Wagstaff tournament.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, because it's kind of a special thing is like, and too, like playing in it, going and watching it before and after. It's just kind of like, something you do over the holiday break. And it's kind of just, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
No, for sure.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Well, we lost Corey. I guess he didn't like our Wagstaff talk, and he must be that suddenly connection again. I guess we can go on and we kind of got off task, but that's fine. This is all for fun. Let's see, we got some comments here. Let's see, is this Christian Whitehouse may go 0-10 this season? Oh, I'd be okay with
Mike. Yeah, they doing bad right now. They doing real bad.
Might.
And I love it.
Let's see.
I can't help
Casey,
it puts a smile on my face.
Oh, look at Casey Joe. What year did y'all graduate? Y'all got us some great stories. Man, I don't know if I want to say how long ago it's been. It's been. Let's just say, just add or just take away 20 off of this graduate or this year, and that's how long I've been out. I've been out.
That's
since
crazy,
2001.
Bro.
So,
hey, man.
This
Vince,
is y'all's
yeah,
right
Vince. Have you heard anything about a 20-year reunion?
Nothing.
We were supposed to have one. We were supposed to have one, and then COVID kind of interfered with it. I think they were talking about maybe having a couple of years, maybe in together or something.
Yeah, that'd be
at
cool.
one time.
Crazy because our 20 years coming up. I ain't even think about that.
Right.
Yeah, we were supposed to have something, but
20 years, man.
20 years. God.
So
my hair great.
Senior year, we played against Justin McCowan, Willie Rollins, Josh Bossy. That was my 8th grade year. I remember those guys. That was before I got in school. They were. Let's see who they played. Somebody. Who was it? They lost to the playoffs.
Oh, Big Willie. Okay.
Yeah. Man, who was it? They played. Was it? I don't want to say Livingston, but that's not who it is. It was somebody. Lancaster, maybe. I think it was Lancaster that beat them that year. In the playoffs. That was a good group. I remember that group of guys. But yes, yeah, it's when you get old, you have lots of good stories. When you get more than one perspective. See, no one likes my perspectives. Oh, give me a hard time, about my perspective. I had fun. I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed it because me and Zoe kind of had this, love-hate thing going because, like, we're all fighting for a position. But I always took it as a challenge, because I know there was a lot of guys but our position, we flip-flop back a lot. And I enjoyed the challenge to try to make myself better so that I could try to, be in there and get in the game more. And I think that's what made us both better. I mean, I took it as a challenge in practice and the game just because I knew I had to go out there and I had to play well. Because if I was out there and I didn't play well, I was getting yanked and Zoe was going right back in. So, I mean, I enjoyed those days. Like back then, it was probably more of a hate thing. I did not hate you, but it was tough for me to sit behind somebody that was younger. You'd felt the same way. But I took it as a challenge myself. And when I got out there, I was going to do everything I could to stay out there as long as I could. Yeah. So, but I enjoyed it.
Y'all had a real good team, man. Y'all had a real good team.
That was a thing. Like that year, I think that year was our deepest team. The year that my senior year.
Yeah.
I think if Kenton doesn't goof on the grades, and it's long since gone. It's over and all that. But I think we would have beaten Highland Park. Now, we had to play Chris Bosch next, but that'd be fun. Next. Yeah. So I really think like we could switch out 5 guys and not drop off a whole lot. I mean, you had on the second group me, Lowell, Layton,
Joseph.
Yeah, well, Joseph was with y'all. He started, but I'm talking about like the second group.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Lowell played behind Joseph, and then we had Prelude and
Prelude.
We had Jason Miller.
Yeah. That team was just so deep. I mean, it really was like y'all may have been more talented the next couple of years, maybe like up top as far as like Gatewood was on the team.
Gatewood, yeah, Terrell, yeah.
So I mean, we had a great 10. We had 10 guys that we could just shuffle in and out.
Yeah.
And Kenton was a key cog just because he was so much on the offensive end at that point.
Yeah, man.
But we had guys that we could shuffle. And so the next couple of years I think y'all went the same distance as we did the next couple of years, but the team was different. It was more like 7, maybe 8 guys.
Yeah.
It wasn't as deep, but I think y'all were probably a little more talented, but it just wasn't as deep of a team. And so, but it was just different dynamic. But I mean, It was fun. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
man.
I think,
I
and that my junior year, your sophomore year, we were probably just as. I mean,
that
they were good that
no,
year too.
honestly, I think that my sophomore year was the best team that I see. Like out of all 3 years I was there, with bro, we had Bubba, Nick, you,
Mm.
Joseph,
Doug, Mitty,
Doug, man,
Silas.
Doug, yeah. Hey, you know what? Doug was underrated, man. See, Doug was 6'5", could jump out the gym. He was just people just used to mess with him, but he was actually a
Yeah,
good player, dog.
yeah,
He
he
was a good
Yeah,
was.
player.
Doug was all right, but
Yeah,
I ain't caught up with him in a minute.
And we
yeah,
really had a really good team. We just lost the wrong games.
yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
there was a couple games that
Silas,
yeah, I mentioned Silas. Yeah. I mean, oh, speaking of Silas, there's his brother decided to join us again, Mr. Suddenlink.
I don't know what happened. I was
What's wrong,
catching up.
Corey?
I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Probably somebody from my house tripped my internet.
Uh,
I'm blaming on.
no, we just were talking about some of the old. We got sidetracked and started talking about some of the
Some old days.
old teams.
I was
Yeah,
trying to. I was
about
trying to
how
watch it,
the
man.
just trying to catch it. Yeah, we were trying to decide. Like we talked about my senior year. We had a really deep team, probably deeper than the next couple of years, but they were probably a little more top heavy as far as another year to get better. Some of the guys that were left, and then even the team with Silas and the crew before that were so good. But just I don't think but maybe two teams made it back then, and we just missed out
right?
with a couple of
That
bad
was
losses.
y'all's what Salas's senior year. That 2000 team was that 2000 team was real good. Like
Hey,
that don't
listen,
get
Yeah,
enough credit. That
for
district was
real,
just tough.
it
That
was,
district was
man.
tough, man. Ooh, that did. And to me, like that was probably the biggest team we ever had.
Real
Like
talk.
Okay.
to
Height wise,
like for real.
yeah, it was
And it was a
a lot of
couple guys didn't
size.
even play. It was a couple
yeah,
guys that really didn't even play. That was could have been on the team that really didn't play. Nick was live. Zoe was on there. Brett. Then we had
Y'all
Bubba.
had
Destin
Silas was
wasn't
Cumbie.
on there.
Joseph Ponder on there
Destin.
too?
Yeah,
yep.
Yep.
Joseph.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I,
know,
I didn't play, but I kept up with y'all.
Yeah, because
it
pretty
was it
much
was
it was
different.
just me. Whoa, is that your traffic there, Zoe? That was pretty much me, Zoe, and Joseph were the only holdovers I think from the next year.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
we were really an old team. We were basically seniors that year. Everybody was
yeah,
seniors.
And,
yeah, and
and
then we
coach didn't put
basically
any sophomores on the team, so Zoe was
it
like
was
Zoe. Coach was like, yeah, like sophomore, like he don't put
we
it.
we
He,
pretty we pretty
hey,
much reloaded. We reloaded and we're just as good the next
I
season. It
felt
was a
like we were
different
really
type of
good
team.
our senior year too. Well, 2002
yeah,
year.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Trying to remember
Yeah,
some of the guys that were.
Lynch moved in. That was a good move in.
Yeah. Tay took over. Tay
Yeah,
was
that's
hey.
right.
Yeah,
man,
Tay
listen,
Listen,
was
hey,
man,
Tay
that
was a
guy.
monster.
I
Tay was a
I
underrated
don't
monster.
know.
star,
I don't know how his ball
underrated
went in
star,
half the
man.
time. It was spinning some funky
Tay,
sideways.
Tay was like
hey,
But
Kyrie Irving, bro.
I don't know, man.
Listen,
Sometimes I just
that
wonder.
was
He was a
that was
monster.
probably that was probably one of the best years that I ever witnessed with basketball. Even if my senior year was pretty good, but like I don't know how I can describe how good that team was, and it wasn't even fair. Like they had started the season out with we lost like the first, we were like 4-4,
yeah,
and something happened in Lindale, the hoop heaven tournament, and it was like who like what team is this? Like
yeah,
who like Ken had like a couple of games. He just dropped 28, 30 points, and
man.
then we played this team out of Shreveport,
Yes.
Woodline. I never
Woodlawn.
forget. It was a red
Yep.
team. Yeah,
The
we
game
beat
winner.
coaches all that team. Yeah, it was like oh this team's ranked in the state. Like really, we up at like 30 at half, and
Yeah.
you can hear the other coach in the locker room cursing out the team. It was like coach like don't let on the gas. Then we played Airline. We beat that team. And we played Airline. That kid was going to Louisiana Tech. Coach
Yeah.
Law,
Big.
he's 6'8" kid. Dude was
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
Murdered that team.
Yeah.
Like what is going on?
I
And
really thought
we
that
started
if it
0
was
and
gonna
what
happen,
1 and
it
3.
was gonna be
Yeah.
our senior year. I thought that it was gonna be that 2002 team if it was gonna happen.
Yeah, a
I
lot of
really felt
experience
like it
coming
was
from
gonna
the
be
a
that
lot of
team.
experience. Yeah, a lot of experience that came back. You know, we all had a lot. You know, it was what, like 3 or 4 of us graduated. But y'all had a lot of play. I mean, we went 3 rounds deep, a lot of playoff experience, and a lot of talent coming back. So I mean,
A floater, a floater, a floater,
At the buzzer,
a
bro.
floater.
Ah,
I
hey,
know.
bro, I
I
lost
was
so much sleep
there.
over that game, man.
I was there, man. I couldn't do anything in the stands, but I was there.
Floater. Now I this is my thing about buzzer beaters and crazy. So not only that, we didn't go to the region tournament. So fast forward, my experience with the floaters, we played. Is my first year at Sam Houston State, and we had finished like it was my second year. I take it about second year. The year before, we went and played in a conference tournament championship. We was one game away from going to the NCAA tournament. Everybody was hyped. We lost that game. And then we were just as good the second year. And it was like real good. It was like, ranked like number 22 in the country. And it was like, okay, we're going to conference tournament time. Hey, this is good. We're mid-major. Hey, we played, who did we play? I think it was Southern Louisiana or Southeast Louisiana. The kid, they do a half court play, catches a half court, takes 2 dribbles, and just throws it up and hits it off the glass. Season on. Go, no NIT, nothing. And we won like 24 games. Like, it was like
Man,
There goes
he
suddenly.
he about to cut us again, bro.
Yep.
This like one of them cell phone commercials, man. Like, like who's your carrier?
I'm glad Zoe. I'm glad your sponsor is not you're not working for Suddenlink and
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, I had some.
Can you get us some internet coverage for Corey? You got
Look, he's stuck, man. He's
blowing you a kiss. He's blowing you a kiss.
Look like
Get him.
Look at Corey. Oh my God, man.
Oh, dude.
There you
He
go.
decided to give it up. Well,
There you go.
oh man. We can see we're getting off topic again. Let's get our picks in.
Yeah. Let's finish those picks, man. We can get out of here.
Yeah, let's we got let's see, we picked all Lindale one. So let's go to the next district game. It's gonna be let's see, Henderson at Palestine. I'm gonna go with Henderson.
I'm gonna go Henderson too. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with Henderson.
I know Palestine beat us last week.
Palestine they don't throw the football, man. I think that's gonna hurt them eventually. So
yeah,
man, I'm actually a believer now. I'm going Palestine, man. I'm going Palestine.
Okay. I mean, they ran the ball real good. So, what you got next?
Let's see if Corey. Corey was the one that said we were stacked in 03 on our comment over here. He was commenting on our while he was off the air. I didn't even see that until I just looked. I was trying to see if anybody else posted picks. If you're still on this, you're trying to get your picks in. We're picking the Henderson at Palestine.
Oh, there we go. We got one right there.
Well, Corey's usually writing these down, so he'll have to go back and catch these in the chat. We can tell him our picks. We got Casey Joe's got Palestine.
That's a good pick, Casey Joe.
Yes. She is agreeing with you. All right, so we got our district picks. Blevins going Henderson. Both Blevinses are going with Henderson. So, wait. Do I hear him? No, I see him. It's Corey Marshall.
See him.
See him. We can't hear him, but we can see him. Come on, Mr. Marshall. Join us on our picks here.
Oh,
Henderson.
I think he froze again.
Oh, my. Henderson at Palestine. Come on, Corey.
Corey, you're gonna have to send your picks in through Facebook. Enough to do this with you all night.
he got so fired up about talking about his Sam Houston State stuff. His internet just couldn't handle it. Now we might have to have a special show. We'll bring Zoe on and just do some more reminiscing. I'm enjoying this.
Oh yeah, man. I have a lot of stories, man, and yeah, that would be cool, man.
We definitely, like I said, bring them out during basketball and stuff. And
well, we're all like 20 years older now, and it's all these perspectives that we had back then. It's kind of cool to talk about it now because we're not the same person as we were 20 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I probably never told you that you put that you're starting over me. It made me better. Like that was my goal.
I didn't even know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that was,
Yeah. No, I mean, I took it as a challenge. That's the only way I could look at it.
Yeah.
Start. Well, then I'm gonna do the best I can. I'll do everything I can to make myself better. So that's the kind of stuff that talk about when you're in high school. You don't think about that.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but I think we all had such a good relationship back then. I mean, we didn't go hang out every week, but while in the gym, we had a good enough relationship. I mean, we respected each other. So it was. I mean, I enjoyed that team. It was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, man.
We had some interesting times. They changed the locker room up. Our locker room is now the girls' locker room.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
They changed it, and they the other side is now where the PE locker room.
Yeah.
That's now the boys' locker room, which makes sense because it's tied into the coach's office.
Right.
So, wait, do we see him? Oh, we see him. Can we hear him?
Frozen again.
Man,
we're on the next pick. He gonna put his in later.
Okay. All right, so we'll move on. So I guess we'll just decide what picks we're going to do. That's 3 of them. We got 4 more football high school ones, and then we'll pick a random one. Let's go with let's see. What's a good matchup? Wait, is he back again?
Man, look,
Corey?
it's so bad. It just put a black screen up.
All right. So we're gonna pick a couple of the Tyler games. Let's go with Tyler Legacy at Mesquite Horn.
I'm gonna go Legacy.
Yeah, I'm going Legacy, man. They've been putting up some numbers, man.
Yeah.
They've been putting some points on the board.
The 2 running backs they've got one. They've got one going to UT and one going to Tech on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of
yes.
So they got some talent.
I'm gonna go Legacy as well.
Yeah.
I just think that they got too much talent. Looks we got Christian's got Legacy. Chris has Mesquite Horn, and Casey Joe's also got Legacy. And since Corey's not here, we'll give him Mesquite Horn. I guess he's not. I don't see a picture. I don't know what's going on with his. I'm just gonna take him off until his picture comes back. All right. So next up, we'll go Wiley East at Tyler High. That still sounds weird to me, but I'm still not used to these names. I mean, they're still going to be Lee and JT to me. It's kind of hard to get used to. So, what do we think? Wiley East. I don't know much about Wiley East.
I'm gonna go Tyler.
What did you pick? Tommy, are you hearing this? Tommy Griffin, are you hearing? Vincent Johnson just picked Tyler High.
Don't tell him I picked him. Don't tell him.
He'll probably tune in and find out.
Wiley East? Yeah.
Wiley
I don't know.
East.
Y'all going JT, man.
I am too. Wiley East got beat by Longview earlier in the year 56-0. So I'm gonna take Tyler High on this one as well. Well, we know who Chris is gonna take. He said Tyler High, JT. Cujo. So we just said he went to school there. So that's going to be, let's see. Christian said Wiley East. Might be some. Here you go, Vince. This one's for you. He's going to tell him. I guess he knows Tommy. So he's going to rat your picks out.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Wait.
That's my guy,
Corey,
man.
is he back? Can we hear him? Corey, did you call Sunlink? Did you call him? Tell him your internet was down?
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. You got to unmute your mic, Corey.
Oh, okay. He said Tommy graduated with his little brother.
Okay. We still can't hear Corey. We've got him. He can't make any picks. We've made Corey's picks for him.
Yeah, Chris. Me and Tommy, we've been best friends since kindergarten, man. He's like a brother to me. So we go back and forth at each other all the time. So
Corey, if we can't hear you, we can't hear your picks. You got to fix that microphone, man. Come on. See, Corey was trying to get us a Suddenlink sponsor. We'll never get one now because we can't keep him online. Oh, this is fun. All right, so we've made those two. We'll move on. We'll go. This is a good one here. Let's go White House at Marshall. I'm going with Marshall.
Marshall.
Corey picked White House. I heard him.
He's shaking his head.
Oh, let's see. That's 3-6. We got one more high school pick, and then we'll pick a random pick, maybe a state pick. Corey, you got any suggestions? Oh wait, we can't hear you. Can you got any? Might want to mouth some suggestions? Maybe we can read your lips.
Oh, okay. Pat and Fletcher. Yeah, I know Pat and Fletcher too. I grew up in that area. I was down the road from a lot of them, but I went to Chapel Hill. Don't ask questions, but but I grew up. Me and Tommy grew up across the street from each other. So
in other words, he was one of those guys.
Pat, Fletcher,
he used one of those fake mailboxes. You used one of those fake mailboxes, Vince? Is that what you did? Did you use one of those fake mailboxes to get over to Chapel Hill?
Hey, like I said, don't ask no questions. I was in Chapel Hill, but I was down the road from John Top.
I always wonder. We used to go over to your house. I was like, man, Vince lives away.
Yeah, I live I'm 30 minutes away.
Way far away.
And it's crazy. Bush lived right next to me.
Oh yeah,
Antoine, he lived right next to me.
Yeah, he ended up going back to John Tyler.
Yeah.
All right, so Corey. Oh, we lost Corey again. Okay, so we'll just. Does anybody else want to? Vince, you got any picks around the area? I mean, I'm just trying to go through and pick a good game, one that might be. I mean, we could go. I mean, the only other one I see we could do Nacogdoches at Jacksonville, I guess. I know it's gonna be like. I know Vince is gonna pick Nac because he's not gonna pick Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm picking Nac. I'm not gonna pick Jacksonville. Let's do that one, and then do our random.
Okay. All right.
Nah,
what you got?
I'm not going with Jacksonville, bro.
Yeah, ain't no way.
See, Zoe, you're on the same wavelength as we are. But see, the problem is that when I pick against Jacksonville, I pick against my whole wife's other side of the family.
Oh wow.
So I think what game was that? I did miss that game once. I picked against Jacksonville, and I had to hear about it because they won. But
oh wow.
I'm still going Nac this time too. I can't see them beating. Jacksonville's had a rough season, so I'm gonna go with Nacogdoches. Yeah. All right. Now we're down to our special pick of the night. It used to be Argyle every week, but Corey finally got his win. So I want to see if there's any ranked games in. I feel like there was somebody playing a ranked. Was it Kaufman? That's Paris. No, I'm trying to find a good game. That's in Division 1. There may not be one this week. Is there a good football game this weekend that we want to do, Vince? I know we don't have like a Texas OU or something like that, but is there a? I can't think of off the top of my
I
head.
can't think of one. Hold on.
I'm trying to see like
Just a
Argyle.
second.
Who's Argyle play? They play Ranceview. That's not a game. Melissa. And I know that's not a game.
Is it high school? Like, what are you doing? High school, college, or football? Or
Well, it really doesn't matter. We've just been like the 8th game has been kind of like a special game. Like the other one's been high school in the area. Then we've been picking we've had a couple of Texas games. We've had a couple
Texas, Oklahoma State. You can, or there's a Florida and LSU. That might be a good one.
All right. Corey's going to try to get back in here again. Corey, can you hear us? Or can we hear you? I guess that's a better question.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. There he is. He's returned.
He's back.
Hey, we made all your picks for you. You picked White House, Jacksonville, and you picked against Lee and JT.
I'm gonna switch to my Bluetooth, man.
I think he thinks he's hearing me wrong. So we can go. That Oklahoma State Texas game should be a
we can do that.
Let's do that one for our 8th and final pick. Of course, I'm going Texas. I can't pick against my horns.
You know I'm going Texas.
It should be a good game.
See it all up here. I'm going Texas.
Look, no surprise there that Christian's going to pick against Texas. We know that.
Yeah, I'm going Oklahoma State too.
Okay.
This was a heartbreaking loss. I don't think they're gonna recover from it, man.
Teaching.
You're gonna be on the.
I can't stand the Longhorns. Yeah, I can't.
So you're by yourself in this one. See, we got 3. You talking to 3 UT fans here.
Oh,
Vince
okay.
Vince
Chris.
even.
I'm trying to think.
Chris?
Well, I know Chris. He said Tommy and Patton was at their house all the time. His younger brother. I'm trying to think. Did I know some Levins back then? Because I knew a lot of these guys. I knew a lot of those guys at JT. Because I grew up with them all. But
yeah,
I may have been over there one time or two. I don't know.
You probably wouldn't remember. It's been a long time ago, man.
It's been a long time ago, and a lot of times Tommy would just come pick me up, and we all just be somewhere.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess we're not going to get Corey. He's just a black screen. I'm not sure he
went to a black screen again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
That's all right, though. That's all right.
He's not having much success tonight.
Nah, he ain't.
Well, we've got our picks in. I guess he can go in and write them down. Since we haven't covered that. Man, any final thoughts on the game, Vince, before we
like I said before, man, and I stress it. If you're gonna win this game, you're gonna have to win the battle up front, offense and defensive line. It's gonna take y'all. If y'all can't do it, then it ain't gonna happen. I mean, that's just real. That's just real. You're gonna have to win that battle up front. And I believe you can do it. I believe you can do it. It's possible. You know.
Yeah.
So that's my final thought on it. Let's get it done.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a key to how the game gets off to a start. If Chapel Hill can get off to a good start and get in the lead early, force Kilgore out of their game, I think they've got a better chance to pick up the W. If they let Kilgore get up early and allow them to control the clock like Palestine did last week, I think it's going to be a tough night for Chapel Hill. Corey? Can you talk to us? We're talking, just kind of wrapping up
Can you
on
hear me?
the. Yeah, we can hear you. We're just kind of giving our
Man.
final thoughts of the football game for this week.
All I'm gonna tell you is this: I'm not using my iPad anymore. Like, internet's fine, but for some apparent reason, like my iPad, it won't do anything. Like, I'm on my iPhone right now, so I don't know what's going on, but it's whatever. But a wrap up. This is a business week. Go to work, take care of business. Come on.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, you got anything? Final thoughts? You can talk about the game or whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, tell these kids, man. Look, man, all of us here are 20 plus years out of high school, right? And you hear us talking about what could have been back in the day, you know. So take a moment to understand the opportunities y'all have in season, capitalize on it. You don't want to look back 20 years from now and be like, man, if I'd have just did this, that, and the other. You know, y'all had a team, y'all have the talent. You know, I've heard great things about you guys. So, you know, what I would say, man, is just rally together and bring it all together, man, and make a real push and give everything you have. Because, again, like I said, you don't want to be looking back 20 years from now and be like, man, we could have done this.
Yeah.
Reminiscing
on a bad memory like we were, you know.
Well, and I wouldn't call them bad memories. Not
really a bad one, but we didn't get it. We didn't, you know what I mean. We wanted more, and we
didn't finish the end and take it all. I mean, that's everyone's goal. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but everyone's goal is to win it all. So,
right.
You know, there's things that I look back and like, man, if I'd have practiced harder here, did this here. But I mean, in all essence, I think, you know, it is what it is now. You can't do anything about it, but what you can do is tell those that are in high school and those that are there now, and try to relay how important it is to not cut corners, not to slack at practice, and not to, you know, those times you're running your lines or running, you know, your sprints and stuff in a practice and just barely making it by the time you're supposed to, just to make it, and not busting out and selling out and some things like that, you know, make a difference, because there's somebody out there that's going to be working harder than you. And so if you're not doing everything you can, then it's going to come back and get you at some point. And so, but I'd like to thank Alonzo for coming on tonight, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
It's been a lot of fun, dude. I'm glad we were able to catch up. We'll definitely be seeing more of Alonzo, you know, in and out of our show when he has time. And like I said, we were thanking you for sponsoring us. And yeah, Zoe knows insurance, guys. So anybody out there watching this, he's going to be starting up, bringing his business back to Chapel Hill. So give Zoe a call. You'll see more information for about his company coming here very soon. So just keep an eye out for it. And anyway, we'll have to do a show, and we'll just maybe we'll just talk. I'll just do a reminiscing show. We've got lots of stories. I'm sure probably some that I don't know about that y'all may have after I graduated. Some that even knew happened. So I like doing a lot of fun, and hopefully we can get some people in and maybe get some other guys in and just have a good reminiscent time and let other people enjoy it, because, you know, like I said, I wasn't a part of all those times, and
that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it's fun, and we don't all have to be in the same place. We can, you know, just, you know, talk about it and let everybody else enjoy it. They can, you know, send their chats in and, you know, ask about different things and make a fun show out of it. So, but well, if everyone's got their wrap up in, I guess we'll sign off for now. Remember to catch us live. Bulldog Sports Network will be on TexanLive.com. So make sure you sign up. $9.95 a month. You can get all the games that you want on the network, whether that be Chapel Hill or any schools that are on there. You can watch them live or on demand later. So once you pay that price, you have access to them. We'll be on the air at 7:30 Friday night in Kilgore. Chapel Hill will roll into town and try to beat the Red Dogs. Make sure you tune in to our pregame show. It'll be on at 7 o'clock. Pregame show is produced by Jared Jones. Jared's been doing a lot of good work for us, so keep an eye out for that. He's got some good interviews and some things that'll be very interesting, so make sure you tune in. for Lonzo, for Vince, for Corey. I'm Brett Swinney signing off tonight. We'll catch you next time right here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
All right, y'all.
All right.